Morning, all. Just woke up, so forgive me. My eyes are still opening up. I just want to say this. Say it loud and say it proud. I'm not from here. This planet, Earth. Yeah, you see me here. I'm in this body, yes. But whatever's looking through these physical eyes, and the voice box it's using in the body, that is who I am. And I I guess I'm not used to being on this dense planet. I've always known it. I just never told anyone. Well, maybe except my husband and my kids. Probably think I'm nuts. Well, I know they do, but they love me. But you out there, you don't know me. You don't love me. You don't have to love me. You don't have to believe me. You can think I'm crazy and you can call me names and be really mean. I guess, like all of us, we care to a degree what people think and say, but it's time to break away from that. And whether you guys love me or not, whether you care or not, whether you believe me or not, I must speak my truth. Ever since I was a kid, I've always known that Earth, this planet, the density here, how heavy it is here, how people treat each other here, I've always observed it from since I was small. I've always noticed how people behaved, how they treated each other. And it always puzzled me. I couldn't understand it, didn't like it, wanted to fix it. Obviously, they weren't nice. Not everybody, but most people. They weren't happy. They weren't smiling. They weren't joyful. They weren't nice to each other at all. And it just affected me. I used to cry a lot in my older years, cry out to God, talking about, I want to go home. I want to go home. This is not my home. Even my children, one of my children did that when she was very little. Like, she just got here and used to cry out for a long time, I want to go home. She did the same thing I did, but my cry out was later in life, like teenage years on up. Hers was like almost immediate because she sensed that down here, shit, this is not it. This is not my home. It's terrible here. The density, it's heavy. You know, yeah, there are other worlds out there. We are not the only ones in existence, people. There are other worlds, other dimensions, other beings. I've always been aware of my guides. I used to call them my entourage, but they said, we are your high council of light. I'm aware of them now. I always feel when they're around me. I talk to them all the time. They help me. Yeah, I'm not from here. I'm a different kind of being, a higher being who incarnated here to help raise the vibration of this planet, to stop all the ugly shit we do together. We do it together. It's a collective. Now we've created a collective, ugly, massive shit. And we need to break that up. And love and kindness, compassion, empathy, understanding each other, acceptance, all these things is what's needed. And me and other people like me, you know who you are out there, has incarnated into these human forms, these human vehicles, these human computers, these biological computers, to help break up the density, the heaviness, the lack of love. And We went through our own journey to come to this place to be able to say these things in public and say it out loud and say it proud. I incarnated. I chose to be here. I chose my parents, and I chose my husband and my children. They chose me too. We all collaborated and then came into the bodies at specific times, specific places. And it's like magnetism. I was magnetized to my husband. And we're working it out. So are our children and I. We're all really purging the low density bullshit programming that keeps people separate and not loving each other as the creator of all there is, was, and ever shall be intended. That is love. That is the essence and presence of love itself. Unconditional love, mind you. Meaning I don't need you to do anything for me, that I may love and bless you with my presence and my goodness. So I came from those kinds of realms, and I always knew I didn't fit in here. Always felt different, like outcast, because I didn't think like everybody else. I don't see the world like everybody else. Even as a teenager, never did those typical teenage things. I just couldn't understand why some people would. I remember my friend group at the time, like I was like a mom over them. Like I used to, like, why are you doing that? That is not safe. That's dangerous. You don't do that. Doesn't make sense. That's not wise. Like, yeah, I so I just wanted to share that, and whoever resonates with it resonates with it, and whoever doesn't, it's not for you, I guess. You just don't. You'll look at me like I have three heads, like my family once did, but now I'm just mom. Yeah, that's just how mom is. And I guess if you're inclined to say mean things, I guess that just shows where you're at. It kind of doesn't say anything about me, because I know who I am. And I'm a person that wants to bring love and all goodness that comes from love, kindness and empathy, understanding, acceptance, joy, peace, the fruit of the spirit. But yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not from here. I might look like a human, meaning I'm wearing a human suit, but the being behind the eyes, the essence that's looking through these eyes and speaking to you, yeah, I was hip to the game of the programming, even though I got programmed too, and I'm working that out of me. I was hip to the game of the programming from the beginning. Like, there's something wrong here on this planet. I didn't quite know all that I know today, but I just knew I wasn't from here, and something's wrong with these people here. Something's wrong. Why are they acting like this with each other? Why are they so unhappy every day? And so, if I can be a part of stopping that, that's always been my goal. Now, people are like, yeah, I want to grow up to be a fireman, an astronaut. I wanted to grow up to help people be happy, to help people smile, to help people have true joy that is beaming through their eyes, like you can just feel it. I looked in people's eyes from since I was little. Couldn't see it. No smiles. Nothing. That has to change. All right. See y'all in the next transmission.